Hello, and welcome to this week's Coronation Street Spoilers. Week commencing the 14th of August 2023. Lou arrives for her meeting and tells Carla and Steven the police have agreed to look into the missing watch and the strange tie-pin. Steven steals her hotel key from her bag. Steven overhears Peter on the call to the pawnbroker. Peter confesses to Steven that he pawned the watch but it has been sold. Steven lets himself into Lou's hotel room while she is at the factory and rifles through Rufus' belongings, finds his tie-pin and pops it in his pocket. As Steven makes to leave, he's horrified to hear someone at the bedroom door. Will he get caught? Meanwhile, in the cafe, Shona gives Lauren a pep talk on how to deal with awkward customers. When Beth accuses Lauren of shortchanging her, Lauren remains calm but proves her wrong. Shona congratulates Lauren on the way she handled a difficult customer. Lauren tells Max about her successful day in the cafe. Max is genuinely pleased for her, but when Lauren misreads the signals and tries to kiss him, he pulls away. Embarrassed, she storms out of the house and heads to the cafe, where she tells Roy that she has made a fool of herself and wants to resign. Roy offers Lauren food and a bed for the night before she makes any rash decision, but is horrified when she offers to sleep with him to show her gratitude. Elsewhere, at number 5, Chesney presents Gemma with a furry notebook and matching pen for her first day in the new job. Gemma arrives for the Newton and Ridley board meeting. Henry does his best to put her at her ease, while Philip makes his disapproval obvious. Gemma calls at the Rovers and admits to Jenny and Daisy that it's been a tough day. Also today, when Jerry the Tai Chi instructor reveals that he's booked the community center all day tomorrow, Glenda's horrified to realize it clashes with the Little Big Shots Summer Spectacular. When a stressed Glenda confides in Tyrone that she needs to find another venue for the show, Hope suggests she speaks to Maria as she's on the council. When Maria suggests they hold the show in the bistro, Glenda reckons it's a great idea. Finally, Ronnie calls at number 3 and shares the good news that the last of the new houses has sold. Ed agrees to join him for a celebratory drink and Ronnie suggests to Ed that they form a business partnership. Michael suggests they call the business Ederon Developments. The brothers are impressed. Tyrone leaves a message for Evelyn, letting her know it is the girls' show today at the bistro and they would love her support. Over at the precinct, Evelyn and Cassie move into a rented flat when Evelyn gets the message, but she tells Cassie she won't be going as she can't leave her on her own. Cassie has other ideas and convinces Evelyn to let her go out to grab a coffee as she has been clean for weeks and is bored. When Evelyn spots her purse is missing, she fears the worst. Later, Cassie has arrived at the bistro where Tyrone recognizes her as Kath, the friend of James, and wonders if she has heard anything from Evelyn. A breathless Evelyn hurries into the bistro, just in time to hear Cassie reveal to Tyrone that she's his mum. How will he react? Meanwhile, Peter tells Carla to keep an eye on Steven as he can't be trusted. Lou comes to the factory for a meeting but reveals that she has really come to find out who stole the tie-pin. Elsewhere, in the cafe, Roy leaves a message for Shona, hoping she might have heard from Lauren. When Shona reveals that neither she nor Max has seen Lauren since yesterday, Roy becomes increasingly worried. Lauren calls at number 8 for her things and inadvertently lets slip to Max and Shona that she made a pass at Roy as that is what men expect. What will she do now? Also today, Ryan pulls out a box of steroids from under his bed, but despairs when he discovers the vials have leaked. Pointing out that he barely leaves his bedroom these days, Carla urges him to go out and meet Alia for lunch. Alia confides in Carla that Ryan seemed restless and preoccupied over lunch. Finally, Ronnie shows Ed a property ripe for the next development project. When Ed reckons it's a big job that wouldn't show any return for years, Ronnie criticizes his lack of ambition. Over breakfast, Hope and Ruby excitedly quiz Tyrone about their new grandma, wondering when they can meet her. In the flat, Evelyn lambasts Cassie for the terrible mess she has created. Evelyn calls at the garage and assures Tyrone that she was only trying to protect him and her plan was to tell him the truth once she could be sure Cassie was clean. Tyrone pours his heart out to Kevin and Abby. Abby advises him to think long and hard before introducing a recovering drug addict into the girls' lives. Tyrone calls at the flat in the precinct. Meanwhile, Ryan enters his bedroom clutching a needle to find Carla making his bed. He hides the needle in his hand and tries to keep a lid on his temper, But once Carla has gone, he punches the wardrobe in anger, with the steroids clearly taking effect. As Ryan returns from a run, he suffers heart palpitations and his legs give way. Gary rushes to his aid and urges him to take deep breaths. Clocking Ryan's energy drink, Gary asks him if he has taken anything else in addition to it. Elsewhere, at the hotel bar, Debbie is distracted to clock Jason Drinkwater, a local entrepreneur in hospitality, clearly celebrating some sort of deal with Philip Newton from the brewery. Ronnie approaches Philip Newton and explains that he and Ed do pub renovations. Also today, at number 11, George talks Todd through the various undertaker procedures that he'll have to learn for his professional qualification. Eileen listens in amusement. George shows Todd the new Shuttleworth's business cards. Todd sees his name on the cards, together with the title, Young Funeral Director of the Year. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's Coronation Street Spoilers.